Hello, everyone. I'm Eric from Sports 365. Here with me once again is my colleague Alex. So, the Heat played the second to last game of their Western Conference road trip in Los Angeles against the Lakers. And the Heat played the Clippers before that in Los Angeles and lost, but thankfully the Heat bounced back with a 110-96 victory against the Lakers. So the Heat are now 20-14 and in sole position, the fourth seed in the Eastern Conference, and they're 2-2 so far on this Western Conference road trip. So the Heat still have a chance of finishing this road trip with a winning record. So before we go in deeper, what are your initial thoughts on this win against the Lakers?
Yeah, it's a good win. I mean, the Lakers aren't great, but it's wasn't a away win against a talented team, even if they don't have a great record. So it was a solid win.
Yeah, I think the Lakers definitely have some issues. They're definitely not one of the top teams in the Western Conference right now. However, they did have an 11-4 record at home before the Heat beat them, so they're definitely been quite a strong home team. Even though they've been very bad on the road. I think it's still an impressive win against a team that was playing that well at home. So, obviously, the Heat were missing a number of important players in this game, most notably Jimmy Butler, but thankfully the Heat stars still stepped up and played well. Harrell was the Heat's leading scorer with 21 points. 10-17 shooting. Harrell had 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals. Bam had 15 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, and 3 steals. And Hawkes, who replaced Jimmy Butler in that starting lineup, had 16 points, 8 assists, 1 steal, and 1 block. Another new starter, Jovic, had 15 points, 8 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, and then Kyle Lowry, right now the starting lineup, had 10 points, 6 assists, 3 rebounds, and 4 steals. So all the Heat starters played well in this game. So what are your thoughts on the Heat's starters in this game?
Yeah, it's great to see all 5 of our starters playing well. Even though we've played fairly well recently. This is the first game in a while, I think, in which really all 5 of our starters have played well. All 5 of our starters scored in double digits, so it's really good to see that. Good to see Lowry put in a solid performance. He struggled at times this season, but he was good against the Lakers.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is one of the best overall performances from the Heat's starting 5 this season. I said every member of the starting 5 played well, and it was especially good to see Jovic play well. I think he hasn't gotten that many minutes so far this season, but had a really good game on both ends of the floor. Honestly, he has definitely shown some improvement on defense, and I think he should definitely play him more, even when the team is healthier. Now, in terms of the Heat's offense, Heat scored 110 points, so obviously it wasn't that bad, but they did shoot 44% from the field, which is decent, but not fantastic. But he did shoot 38% from 3 against the Lakers, which definitely helped, and he also took really good care of the ball and committing 8 turnovers overall in the entire game. So definitely a lot of positives, although he definitely missed some shots that they could have made. So what are your thoughts on the Heat's offense in this game?
Yeah, I mean, it was solid overall. 110 points is not bad. 44% from the field isn't great, but 38% from 3 is solid, and like you said, only 8 turnovers, so overall good.
Yeah, I agree. I think offensively, I think the biggest negative for the Heat was struggling a bit to score in transition, because the Heat did forced the Lakers into a lot of liable turnovers, but had some trouble converting those turnovers into transition points. But yeah, still overall very good. I'd say a good offensive performance from the Heat. Especially good to see with, obviously when the Heat's better offensive players and Jimmy Butler out yet again. Now, in terms of the Heat's defense, I think it was very good in this game. Held the Lakers to 96 points on 42% shooting from the field, and the Lakers only made 13% of their threes. Yeah, definitely overall strong defensive performance. The only two players from the Lakers who really had strong offensive performances were Anthony Davis with 29 points and Austin Reeves with 24 points, while LeBron only had 12 points on 6 of 18 shooting, which is the lowest number of points he's scored in any game in which he's played 35 minutes or more since 2017. So, yeah, overall, the Heat's defense was really good. So what are your thoughts on the Heat's defense in this game against the Lakers?
Yeah, it was really good. I mean, holding them to 13% from three, obviously. That's partially good defense and partially terrible shooting. And it's especially nice to see that we clamped down on LeBron, and he only scored 12 and shot 33% from the field. So, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think overall it was a very strong defensive performance from the Heat. And even with Anthony Davis scoring 29 points, more than a few of those came at the free throw line after some questionable calls, if we're being generous. So, yeah, I think the Heat did a very good job on defense. He'd also forced Lakers in 21 turnovers in this game, which certainly helped on both ends, but especially in terms of disrupting the Lakers' offense. So, yeah, overall, the Heat's defense was really good in this game. Now, the Heat only actually had 3 players playing off the bench, only had an 8-man rotation in this game, which is a little bit surprising, but nonetheless, all of them played well. Duncan Robinson had 13 points, 2 assists, and a steal. Kevin Love had 10 points and a team high 14 rebounds, 1 steal, 1 block, and 3 assists, and then Josh Richardson had 10 points off the bench, so the Heat's bench contributed 33 points, which might not sound that good when it's coming from only 3 players. So pretty solid. So what are your thoughts on the Heat's shorter bench in this game?
Yeah, it was a bit surprising that Spoelstra chose to use such a short rotation, but overall solid performances. Especially Kevin Love grabbing 14 boards. I mean, that's great. You shouldn't be letting Kevin Love grab 14 rebounds, but it's nice to see J. Rich contributing. I'm glad he's back with the Heat. I always liked him when he was with the Heat before. And nice to see Duncan playing some solid basketball after a atrocious season last year.
Yeah, I agree. I think all of the Heat's bench players played well. Technically speaking, it was more than an 8-man rotation, but everyone else that I haven't mentioned only played really 1 minute of the game, so it was basically an 8-man rotation.
Yeah.
And yeah, in terms of Kevin Love grabbing all those rebounds, I mean, he does average 10 rebounds a game for his career, which I think some people forget. He still, even though he's pretty old, he's still very solid rebounder. But yeah, definitely helped the Heat win and played some good defense this game as well. So in terms of the Heat's fourth quarter performance, it was actually quite good in this game. The Heat have struggled in fourth quarters a lot this season, unfortunately, but had some solid fourth quarter performances lately. And this game, they won the fourth quarter 38-29 against the Lakers, and it was crucial in helping the Heat win. The Heat were only up by 5 points heading into the fourth quarter, so the game was certainly still up for grabs at that point.
Yep.
So what are your thoughts on the Heat's fourth quarter performance in this game?
Yeah, it's really nice to see us put in a good fourth quarter performance and win the fourth quarter convincingly because, as you said, we have struggled sometimes in the fourth quarter, especially when we went into the fourth quarter holding a big lead, which was not the case in this game.
Yeah, I agree. It's definitely good to see the Heat really turn up in the fourth quarter. I think especially offensively, Heat really started to get things going in the fourth quarter exactly when they needed to. So hopefully that's a sign of things to come. The Heat definitely need to continue playing well in the fourth quarter to win games that they should be winning.
Yep.
So there you have it, a solid road win for the Heat over the Lakers, and the Heat finish up their Western Conference road trip in Phoenix against the Suns, and the Suns are 18 and 17 overall, but actually only 10-10 at home. So even though the Heat missing some players, I think this is definitely a winnable game. So hopefully he can win that game and finish the Western Conference road trip with a 3-2 record. So at least it's a winning road trip.
Yep.